Do you ever feel like you were meant for something bigger, but you can barely get yourself out of bed? You dream about success, money, freedom, becoming someone important. But every time it's finally time to work, your brain suddenly wants to do literally anything else. You open your laptop with motivation, and 5 minutes later you're watching random videos again. And the worst part is, you know you're wasting your potential. You imagine this perfect future version of yourself, disciplined, focused, successful. But the current version of you feels tired before even starting. So you tell yourself, tomorrow will be different. But tomorrow becomes next week, then next month, then next year. And slowly, your own ambition starts crushing you. Because ambitious people don't fear hard work. They fear failing at the thing that matters most to them. That's why perfectionism is so dangerous. You don't want progress, you want transformation. You want your first attempt to already look impressive. And when reality feels slow and boring, you avoid it. So instead of building your future, you escape into comfort, scrolling, videos, games, sleep. Not because you're lazy, but because distraction feels safer than disappointment. Inside your mind, there are two versions of you fighting constantly. One says, we need to become great. The other whispers, not today. And eventually this creates a painful cycle. Motivation, excitement, over-planning, exhaustion, avoidance, again, and again, and again. That's why motivation never lasts, because motivation is an emotion, and emotions disappear. The people who actually change their lives usually feel unmotivated most of the time. They just learned how to act anyway, because success is rarely dramatic. It's mostly repetition. Doing boring things consistently, even when nobody notices, even when progress feels invisible, even when you hate the process. And maybe that's the truth nobody wants to hear. You do not need a new personality. You need tolerance for discomfort. You need the ability to sit down and work without waiting to feel inspired first. That's why discipline beats motivation every single time. Because discipline survives bad moods. Motivation doesn't. The dangerous people aren't the most talented ones. They're the ones who continue, even when they don't feel like it, even for 10 minutes, even while tired, because tiny actions repeated daily eventually become an entirely different life. So maybe you were never lazy. Maybe you were just waiting for the perfect moment to begin, but the perfect moment never arrives. You start scared, you start tired, you start badly, but you start anyway.